Welcome back to Planescape Torment, where I have to like constantly click on things on the screen or move around so that my party members don't interrupt me while I'm trying to intro the episode. Isn't that cool? I mean, look, it's not like they would have designed it with me in particular in mind. I get it, but it's, you know, it's fine. Hey, on the last part, God, I didn't really do anything. I feel like I said that a few times now, but yeah, it was mostly just trying to get caught up on where I am and why, and acquainting myself with the locals and all of that. But yeah, we're still very much clueless as to exactly who we are and why and how, and well, that's basically what we're going for. Trying to figure that out, at least for now.
What are we doing in here? Let's say we just give this place the laugh, alright?
Oh, this is the bar. Oh, okay. I thought this was actually in a different zone. Okay. Well, we do have business in here, so, I guess oh boy, we've got so many people to talk to. Okay. Awaiting death. Before he was a young dustman with stubble on his chin and dark circles beneath his eyes. He's staring at the wall with a somber expression. The dustman doesn't look up. He stares straight ahead as if he is seeing something several leagues beyond the walls of the bar. Can I ask you some questions? The dustman doesn't respond. He keeps staring into the distance. Alrighty then, Mort hisses at you. Let's go, Chief. This dusty might as well be fertilizer. Fair enough. Let's get out of here. As you turn to leave, the dustman suddenly speaks, his voice barely a murmur. You have to strain to hear the words. You think he said something about wanting to die. Oh, what'd you say? The boy's expression does not flicker. Do you want to die? I love this. This is great. This is such a old CRPG-like thing. Truth? No. Truth? Yes. Lie? Yes. There's no lie no option though. I really don't know. Do you want to die? That's probably the correct answer here, because we really have no idea. I really don't know. Do you want to die? Yes. Why haven't you killed yourself already? Wow. Alright, we're really getting right to it here. Oh boy. Why do you want to die? This existence is a mockery of life. I do not wish to continue the charade any longer. His face wrinkles in disgust. Why would anyone wish to remain in this foul city in the center of a multiverse that feeds on pain and hatred? Death is silent, comforting. Dude, the ambient soundtrack here is really weird. Wait, this is another layer on top of the normal OST. I guess it's just the bar ambience. Boy, I'm really not sure what to say about this. Surely living cannot be as bad as you make it out to be. This is living? He bares his teeth and his hands clench. This existence is a mockery of life. I do not wish to continue this charade any longer. Death is silent comfort. Okay, we're not going anywhere with this, alright. Maybe after the first death. The dustman blinks, then sneers. The first death? What, were you resurrected? I don't know. I've yet to see what lies beyond death and remember it. If I die again, perhaps then I could speak of it. The dustman blinks and sneers. You lie! No man can die more than once, not without being resurrected by mighty magics. Resurrected? Resurrected, brought back to life. The magic required is indeed powerful. Who would be capable of such power? A powerful sorcerer, priest, or one of the powers, but not anyone I know. He frowns, and I don't believe you know of anyone of that sort either. You don't believe I can't die? I can prove it to you. I feel like, didn't the instructions that we got on our back specifically explain to, like, not tell anyone about this? Oh well, we're kind of in it now. You know, I don't feel like dying right there at this very moment, but if ever die and remember, I will return and speak of it to you. Then you may gauge whether I lie or not. Farewell. Okay. Well, that's something to keep in mind, I guess. You see a spindle-thin dustman in dirty black robes. His stiff black hair springs forth from his skull like a crown of spikes, and his leper-white skin is drawn sharply across his skull. He is frowning into his drink and mumbling to himself. Hello. The dustman looks up, blinks once, then looks you up and down, studying you. As he studies you, he takes one of his spiked locks and points it at himself. Naraj, initiate, dustman, guard. I'm here about the posting outside? The dustman looks you up and down. Many troubles have I. Help can you? A mausoleum awakes, the dead walk, the dead disturbed, the dustmen disturbed. Find out what disturbs the undead and copper coins will I pay. Very well. Where is this mausoleum? Norach nods. Mausoleum by Dustman Memorial. Go north and west from Black Monument. Go to Arch, and a semicircle over your heart with this finger, or with this finger this make. He wiggles the index finger on his right hand. To the mausoleum you go, you will. Okay then. Alright. You know, that sounds like I'm gonna be fighting zombies in there. I should probably see my way towards collecting some more party members before I go into anything that seems like serious combat. Seer the Skeptic. Sorry? I don't know. As you approach, the elderly woman turns and stares at you. La, look who's come a-calling on Sere today. Death's dearest son. She looks you up and down, then shakes her head in disbelief. By every power and its mother, boy, what crypt did you crawl out of? I'm fresh from the mortuary, actually. That's so! Sere raises an eyebrow. Warms my ears to hear you gave that place the laugh, boy. Not much of a watering hole for one who isn't relieving themselves. She sniffs. Too many cobwebs and dusty minds. You don't like the mortuary? Aren't you a dustman? A dustman? I suppose. Sere sniffs. I've seen enough sand pass through the hourglass while wearing these robes. This body's almost ready to pay the ferryman. She chuckles, but there's not much mirth in it. Are you afraid of dying? I'm not sure where we're going with this line of questioning, but why not? Of course I am, boy! Who isn't? She frowns and glances around. Well, except dustmen. They're not afraid because they've been swallowing so much of their own bat droppings over the decades they've blinded themselves into thinking that death is some kind of release. You don't sound much like a dustman. She shrugs. I guess the dustman robes don't fit me as well as they used to. What happened? She shrugs. Life, suppose. He frowns. Ha! Never you mind. I won't bore you with the niggling details. I'd like to know, actually. Oh, would you? She looks at you skeptically. How old you take me for, boy? Old? She snorts. Well, you're wrong. I'm really old. Now, I've spent most of my long years teaching dustmen. I've seen many dustmen whelps grow within our order, taught them the ways of the faction, kept the faith, preached the tenets of the faction. She frowns, and so on and so on. No questions, no doubt. This life was merely an antechamber that led to the true death. What happened? Well, a half-month back, I went sick with the fever. She sighs. I thought it was the end. It's, rattled my cage. Oh. Her face becomes as stone. There's something about having your faction members circle around your deathbed like a pack of pale-faced ghouls, nodding and agreeing that your suffering and dying is all for the best. Oh, Sere is so fortunate. She shall soon be relieved of the burden of life. Burden of life? That's when it struck me. That there's something... A queer expression comes over her features. Addled about not appreciating your life. The dustman keeps saying that life is misery and suffering. Is it? That we should be happy to pass on into oblivion. Should we? She shakes her head. Questions, questions, and precious few answers. Doesn't sound like you believe in the Dustman philosophy anymore. I suppose I have got a swarm of doubts all buzzing in my skull. She rubs her temples. Hard to get them all to be quiet sometimes. They need to be fed some answers, and I haven't got them all worked out yet. What will you do? To be square, boy, I don't know. Sorry, sighs. That's the problem with doubt. I can't even trust what I'm feeling is true, or if I'm scared of death only because of my brush with the fever, or even what I should do. Is this a passing thing? I don't know. Oh, okay. Here's a dichotomy for us. If you truly believed in the Dustman philosophy, then your brush with the fever would not have left you with such doubts. I would treat this as a test of your belief. It sounds like these feelings are only temporary. All those years of devotion to the Dustman could not have been false. Well, I don't know. I think questioning things is probably a good thing. Although, yeah, well, whatever. We'll go with the first one here. If you truly believed in the Dustman philosophy, your brush with the fever would not have left you with such doubts. Suri stares at you, then nods slowly. Maybe so, maybe so. She frowns, her face wrinkling up in concentration. I'll have to chew it over some more. That's all I ask. Look, I had some other questions. Questions, eh? Well, you can ask. Suri looks at you with a steely eye, then smiles. Crypt crawler? I didn't crawl out of any crypt. She frowns, her face wrinkling like crumpled parchment. Right then, what coffin did you crawl out of? She mumbles. One of those shoddy splint coffins at Hamris, most like. His corpse is splinters, I hear. She sniffs. That boy's not been worth a clipped copper since his father died. I didn't crawl out of a coffin, either. She smiles, revealing a row of uneven teeth. All right, boy, what sarcophagus did you crawl out of? She stops and chuckles to herself. Just ribbing you, boy. No harm meant. You do look like Death's Own, though. Who's this Hamris that you mentioned? Hamris is a coffin maker in the lower ward, inherited the shop when his father died, much to the shame of every corpse needing a coffin, crypt, or tombstone and sigil. What happened to his father? Those ears, just for show, boy. He died, she mumbles. His son talked him to death, most likely. That boy's tongue doesn't stop rattling. I'm surprised he doesn't shake his head loose from his shoulders. You two sound like you have a lot in common, then. She narrows her eyes. Do us both a favor and latch that bone box of yours, boy. Don't be drawing commons between me and that yapping whelp. Well, I had some other questions. I wanted to ask you about some of the Dustmen in particular. Oh, Armitage, who's on your mind? You told me about awaiting death? Awaiting death? Tuh! That boy has half the sense of a jackass. He actually wants to die, and him so young, too. I wish death would rattle his cage, teach him a few things. I met a scribe named Dahl at the mortuary. Do you know him? Dahl? He was my instructor in the philosophical arts during my early training at the mortuary, and a crusty fool to boot. He's ill, so my ears tell me. I bet he'll even bore death with his presence. Is he dying? Sicker than a spotted dog he is. Not much sand left in the hourglass for him. Okay. I guess that's all I've got as far as Dustmen are concerned. Have you seen a journal recently? I'm missing mine. What does it look like? I don't know. If you don't know what it looks like, how do you expect me to find it? Or how do you expect to find it? I'm beginning to wonder that myself. I had some other questions. I'm searching for a man named Farad. I doubt she's gonna have much for me here, but... Suri's face crumples into a frown. That dog. He's the worst of the collector lot. I heard he has his kip set up somewhere in Ragpicker's Square, many streets west of the mortuary gate. Dangerous place, though. Some of those collectors aren't patient enough to wait for folks to die so they can sell them for jink. Let's think about collectors. They're vermin that scavenge the bowels of the hive for bodies to sell to the Dustmen, make a living off the dead. A motley breed. Makes you ashamed to share the same city with them, she sighs. At least they help keep the streets clean. Looks like we might be out of questions. Okay, thanks for the chat. Hey, can I get a drink? I don't think this is really good. Oh. The female corpse is dressed in a heavy burlap shirt covered with food and wine stains. Her lips have been stitched closed, and her arms and legs are wrapped in several layers of bandages. The bandages seem to have been soaked in preservatives to keep the corpse fresh. As a result, The corpse's rotting odor has been replaced with an equally repulsive vinegar smell. So, do anything later. I'm not saying that. Great talking to you. Farewell. As you turn away, you notice Mort staring at you. Eh? Eh? What is it? Did you see the way that cadaverous beauty was staring at me? Mort's teeth chatter, as if in anticipation. She was looking for some lucky cutter to thaw in her coffin. What are you talking about? What? Are you blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless the way she wanted me. Oh, for fuck's sake. Wanted you to go away, maybe. Yeah, let's go with that. Wanted you to go away, maybe. She was obviously too distracted by me. Wait, no, I'm not going with this line. To pay attention to some stupid bobbing head with a big mouth. I think you and your imagination need some time away from each other. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, whatever. When you've been dead as long as I have, you know the signals. They may be too subtle for you to pick up on. But that's why I'll be spending my nights with some luscious, recently dead chit while you're standing around going, huh? What's going on? Where's my memories? Whatever, Mort, let's go. Oh, Gravesend, right? There was something about... This is the collector guy. Actually gonna drop a save here. This tiny, wizened man is dwarfed by... wizened, I guess, is dwarfed by his huge dustman robes. They look as if they were chosen to cloak his small stature. Although he looks to be in his late 90s, this man is extremely energetic. He fidgets continuously and his eyes dart around the bar like a bird's. Hello. The man's eyes gleam as he takes your measure, and he gives you a slight nod in greeting. Hail and well met, traveler. You look like one who is just getting their sigil legs about them. He trails off. Pardon me, have we met before? Your face seems familiar somehow. Possibly. Are you certain it was me? Maybe I was mistaken. Mortai shakes his head. Well, no matter. How is it that Mortai Gravesend may help you? Do you seek, he clucks his tongue as he speaks. The contract, perhaps? Contract? The contract? Why, it is but a simple transaction. From the depths of his huge robe, Mortai pulls forth a dusty parchment and a quill pen. I give you 50 commons. In return, after death, the Dustman faction may claim your remains. He smiles, then clucks his tongue. What use will you have for them at that point, anyway? What did the Dustman do with the body? Mortai holds up his hands as if he doesn't know. What does it matter? Is there no consequence when you pass on? It matters to me. Well, if you must know, oftentimes nothing is done with the body, and it is we, the Dustmen, who have wasted all that money. More fools us. Mortai gives a light smile, then looks apologetic. But rarely. There are times when the workers in the mortuary need to be replaced, and then we may have a need for your body. You mean I'll be animated as a corpse and put to work in the mortuary? It doesn't sound good. Ah, but no harm is done, no pain. Mortai raises a finger as if to emphasize the point. And there's no danger. In exchange for money you can spend in this life, you merely have to give us something you will have no need of anyway once you have died. Mortai taps his chest. I signed the contract myself, if you must know. I shall have no need of my body when I pass on. I'll consider it. For now I have some other questions. Of course. Mortai nods. It would be my pleasure to answer any questions you may have. Are you the one who signed that dead contract with Angyar? Mortai frowns. He looks puzzled. Mayhap. He thinks for a moment. I do not recall the name, however. I'd like to settle that contract. Mortai looks wary. I'm afraid that is impossible. The contract is signed, settled, and binding. I do love these lie versus tell the truth options. It's very, like, it's good stuff. Giving the player control over their intent with these is like, it's a clever way of sort of allowing somebody to kind of like roleplay it into things a bit more, right? And, you know, I don't know if like there's any functional difference between these two options, but the effect that it has on the player's own perception of the interaction is the important thing, I guess. Contract is tearing the man's life apart. It is causing him distress. Is it possible that he may not even be able to approach the true death with such emotions churning in his mind? Okay, I don't know what line we're going with here, but sure. Mortai chews it over for a moment. It looks like you've negotiated him into a corner. I cannot. It is a matter of law, my friend. Besides, the burden lies upon the signer to overcome his feelings in order to reach the true death. I cannot... Okay, we're interrupting this guy. So what you're saying is you'll deny him true death for the sake of a piece of parchment. Is there any way I might be able to settle it? Okay, we'll keep pushing. So what you're saying is that you'll deny him true death for the sake of a piece of parchment. Mortai sighs and holds up his hands as if to placate you. Look, it is not how you are making it out to be. You obviously hold the philosophy of the Dustman in contempt to damn a man's soul over a piece of paper. Do other members of your faction know of your conduct in this regard? If not, they soon will. Mortai glares at you for a moment, opens his mouth, closes it, then opens it. By the 9 hells, wait here. He drops his voice to a whisper, and keep your bone box latched. He gives an angry scowl and stomps off. A few seconds later, he returns. He is holding a dusty piece of parchment, which he gives to you. Here, he sniffs disdainfully. All for a man's peace of mind. Now be gone and nettle me with your preachings no longer. I will leave for now. Farewell, Mortai. Ah, got him. That 14 intelligence is coming in handy, I guess. Probably, I did say, yeah, I wonder if any of the other stats actually give you, like, dialogue, context-sensitive stuff. It'd be nice, but that kind of thing was pretty uncommon at this point. I mean, you know, again, Fallout sort of being the direct predecessor here, most of the additional dialogue options you get were based on your intelligence, it's true. Or pretty much all of them. Actually, and there was a whole suite of different dialogue options for if you had low intelligence as well. Well, I mean, I'm at least smart enough to get some of them sometimes, so that's nice. I like solving things in the clever way. It's gratifying. Well, I don't know. This guy probably doesn't want to talk to me again, but whatever. Mortai frowns as you approach, clucking his tongue. You again, have you come to make me surrender more contracts in the name of the Dustmen faction? He frowns and sighs. Well, no matter, no matter. The past is the past. He regains his old smile and nods at you. What is it I may do for you? Can you tell me about some of the patrons here? Of course, which of the patrons did you wish to know about? That guy. The one who wants to die? Troubled initiate. Mortai clicks his tongue disapprovingly. He seeks death with a passion that is most inappropriate for a Dustman. Dustmen not allowed to feel passions? What are they, Jedi? Oh my, yes, Mortai frowns. Too much passion, too much emotion prevents one from reaching the true death. To be passionate runs contrary to the philosophy of our faction. True death. Oh, you know, it probably would have made sense for us to get this dialogue before we just gave him the spiel we hit him with. But hey, you know, whatever, it's fine. True death is a state of peaceful oblivion all dustmen aspire to and help all others reach. He clucks disapprovingly. Anything that ties a soul to this life is shunned by our faction, whether these ties are possessions or emotions. You see, passions act as an anchor on the soul, preventing it from reaching the true death. He shakes his head. Very bad, very bad. What about Sarai? A troubled initiate. I heard she contracted a sickness not long ago and it changed her. Now she seems bitter and angry and she does not speak the Dustman beliefs with the conviction she once did. I fear that bitterness is a passion that could jeopardize her position within the faction. Okay, so everybody is passionate and therefore unworthy. Got it. Understood. Have you seen a journal recently? I'm missing mine. Mortai shakes his head. I know nothing about a journal, he smiles. I deal with documentation of a much different sort. Yeah, okay. I'm looking for Farad. You seen him? Mortai frowns. He's one of those collectors, isn't he? I know little of him. I think Initiate Emoric mentioned him in passing. Mortai glances around. Emoric should be around here in the bar somewhere. He can usually be found in the far corner at the head table, I believe. Okay. Well, that's about all I've got. He has a strange expression on his face? Oh. Okay. Well. Maybe he was figuring out who we were. Maybe that's not a good thing for us. Maybe I don't want to talk to him again. I'm just gonna not talk to him again. I don't know. Alright, Emmerich. You see a heavyset man with dark skin and grim features. He is dressed in dustman robes and is regarding you with a stony gaze. Hello. You have the look of one lost. The man's voice is like stone settling. Did the wind send you, or are you here with purpose? Who are you? I am Emmerich, factotum and initiate of the Fourth Circle. Is this your bar? If you measure ownership in copper, this is not my establishment. If you measure ownership in spirit, it is mine. He pauses as if trying to emphasize a point. The dustmen here are my students. They are under my protection. Can I ask you some questions? Emmerich waits. Can you tell me about the Dustmen faction? Dustmen seek the true death. Some call it oblivion, but this is incorrect. To Dustmen, the true death is freedom from the chains of this false life. False life? This life that many cling to with their emotions is a false existence. As long as one clings to it, they will continually be reborn into it. One must divest themselves of emotion to escape this cycle. I see. Can you tell me about how your faction is organized? Dustmen are organized into 5 circles. The 5th circle is made of the lowest rank of Dustmen, initiates. The 1st circle is comprised of the highest ranking Dustmen, the ruling body of our faction. Okay. I want to join? Probably not. Can you tell me about the dead contracts? Do you wish to sign the dead contract? What is it exactly? In exchange for 50 copper commons, the dead contract gives the Dustman faction the right to your corpse after death. You wish to sign the dead contract? No, not really. I mean, it's fine, probably, but also, I mean, I guess if we can't die... Is this like a grift I've been running, where I'm like, yeah, I'll sign the dead contract, and then they take my body in, and then I just get back up again and leave, and then I'm like, I sign it again. It seems like... I mean, 50 coppers is not a lot of money, but, you know. Anyway. I'm looking for a journal. These eyes have seen no journal. Perhaps your search will take you elsewhere. Okay. I'm looking for Farad. You seen him? I would know why you seek the collector, Farad. Collector. Collectors gather the dead and bring them to us. I would know why you seek this collector. Why do collectors gather the dead? They gather the dead for us for copper's sake. You pay them for the dead bodies. Why? I feel like we've been through this a few times now, but, you know. Streets are not a burial ground. The mortuary is where the dead are to be interred. It is the duty of a dustman. Emmerich. It sounds like... Dude, it's like I'm talking to Roland Emmerich or something. Anyway, Emmerich falls silent for a moment. For some reason, you feel he is trying to make a point. I would know why you seek this collector, Farad. I wish to speak with him. As do I. He has made such a thing difficult. He speaks through other men. Emmerich falls silent for a moment. When 2 men speak through other men, little is said and much is lost. Why do you want to speak with Farad? The collector Farad has brought many corpses to the mortuary of late. One must ask where these bodies are from. Anything in particular about these bodies? Some are recent dead. They still have their last moments in their eyes. Many more bodies are centuries dead. The dust of ages lies upon their bones. One must ask where these bodies are from. Perhaps I could find out where these bodies are from. How would you do such a thing? I would track down Farad and ask him. If you spoke with the collector Farad and returned with his answers, you will have done a great service for the Dustmen. Find where the dead he brings us are from, and you will be rewarded. Okay, I can do that, I guess. Your path is our path. Return here when you have the collector Farad's answers. Can you tell me where he is? It is not known to me where the collector Farad is. He hides from the eyes of the Dustmen. I would seek other collectors and ask them your question. Okay then. Well, looks like that's about all we've got from him. Okay. Hopefully interacting with these isn't stealing. There's nothing in them anyway. This looks like a mirror, but there's no reflection of the bar in it. Oh. These gates are made of a featureless black metal. There doesn't appear to be any way to open them. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, let's talk to Copper Eyes over here. Before you is a tall, silent figure. He could easily pass for a statue, although the deep furrows in his face and brow make you wonder if the sculptor was a little too eager in defining the face with the chisel. He looks well over 50 years old, but exactly how much over 50, it's hard to tell. As he turns slowly to look at you, you catch the dull sheen of copper in his eyes. Hello. Old Copper Eyes stares at you. His eyes are difficult to make out past the black well of his eye sockets, but they look to have a coppery sheen about them. I have some questions. Copper Eyes says nothing. Never mind. Farewell. Oh, okay. I guess we're not talking to that guy. Yep. Guess that's it. Alright. Well, that was fun. Okay, let's see. Oh man, hey. This map is actually really, comprehensive. Oh man, hey, this seems like actually pretty useful. That's cool. The Alley of Dangerous Angles. Sounds fun. Let's see. Oh, you could put notes on the map? Oh man, that's cool. Alright. And here's our world map. Hive, alley, more hive, more hive. A big place. Lone Ward, Clark's Ward, Alley of Lingering Sighs. Oh, that sounds like fun. Buried Village and Ragpicker's Square over there. And then I guess there's some places outside of Sigil, maybe? Show walkable. Oh. Oh man. Dude, this is like, it's very feature rich actually. I wonder how much of this came in with the enhanced edition or how much of this is vanilla. Cool. Alright. Oh, and it like zooms you into that area of the map. Neato. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna try and call it here in the interests of, not obliterating my vocal cords. But maybe I'll spend a little bit of time acquainting myself with some of the stats menus just to have a look. I'm pretty close to leveling up. That's neat. You actually start at level 3 in this game. That's interesting. I did get a slight spoiler, I guess. Interface spoiler. I noticed there was an achievement for training as a thief. So it seems like you can access other classes, but you'll need to, you know, find them in the world. And presumably they don't retroactively change their class, they just let you take new levels in a different class, multi-class style. Which, you know, that's fair, I suppose. I would like to get some thief levels, because that's kind of, my stats are kind of pushing me in that direction. God knows, my combat's just never going to be good, and there's not really anything I can do about it at this point. So, you know, I mean, theoretically, Dexterity helps you with, like, ranged attacks, right? I'm not even sure if that's even true in this system. I think so. But, yeah, I don't know. Hey, look, I got my Thaco, though. Lore 3. I don't know what that means. What is that? I have a 3 in my lore proficiency? Is this like if I talk to people and learn things, it increases my lore value because I know about things? Is that what that is? I don't know, maybe. I'm just making shit up here. Saving throws, weapon proficiencies, ability bonuses. I have a -2 to hit. I don't know where I'm getting that from, but I have it. Open doors is an ability bonus value? God, second edition is just so weird. Armor class, missile adjustment. Missile adjustment's +2, yeah. Wait, no. Wait, what? Wait, is that bad? I think that's bad. Wait, no, I don't know. Oh, God. Well, because like, we're not getting into the Thaco thing right now. This is just a terrible fucking idea. Oh, there's a biography, though. Neat. Okay, well that's mostly just to remind you if you've forgotten what you're doing. Oh, you know what? That's fine, actually. Alright, before I end this part, let us go and, hand in the contract. Yeah. Feels like that would be a good way to end things here. That's my first little quest that I finished. Angela's wife looks up hopefully as you approach. Were you able... Yes. I was able to get the contract from Mortai. Here it is. She looks relieved, and her eyes become misty. Oh, by the powers! You must be a deva in disguise to do such a thing for someone you barely know. Here you go. Nay, if you could show me husband to the contract, say that you got it for him, but don't say how. I'd appreciate it. Okay then. Hopefully you won't attack me in a drunken rage. You see Angyar. He doesn't look any better than before. As you approach him, he first turns slowly to face you. His face tightens. Yeah, again. Didn't you hear me the first time, you pox-ridden dog? Get out of me house, or so with the powers I'll carve you where you stand. Show him his Dustman contract. As you pull out the contract, the blood drains out of Angyar's face. For a moment, he seems at a loss for words, then his temper quickly resurfaces. Where'd you get that? By the powers, you'd best tell me! I took it from a dustman named Mortai. It has your name on it. Angyar can't seem to take his eyes from the contract. Why'd you bring it to me? You look suspicious. To ransom it? Tear up the contract? Sure.
Updated my journal.
You tear up the parchment and Angyar's eyes follow the bits of paper as they float to the ground with a desperate look. He shudders slightly, then straightens, as if a great weight was lifted from him. He looks like he's about to thank you, then stops and stares at you suspiciously. Nothing's free. Not in the hive, cutter. Consider this free and expect a lot of rules in the hive to change while I'm around. Jeez, alright. I might need a favor in the future. Could you help me? I ransomed me life to one man already, and I'm not about to do it again. He shakes his head. Let's settle the debt now. Very well. If you feel the need to pay me, then I could use some questions answered. Ask your questions. Can I ask why you signed the Dustman contract? Perhaps the sheer amount of riches and wealth that surrounds you that distracted you, he snorts. I have less than nothing and I need a jink. Didn't seem to matter too much at the time where it might come from, and selling my body to the Dusties is more than honest. There's a lot more honest work than most around here. What caused you to change your mind? It's just... I saw one of them zombies on the streets a half month ago. One of them zombies that worked for the Dusties, and it stabbed me in the heart. I knew I'd made a mistake. I didn't want to be any part of that after death. You shouldn't have signed the contract. Angyar turns red. I don't need any of your preaching. Damn you, you dare to speak to me on your high horse in my own home? I didn't ask you to get that devil paper back for me. I owe you nothing, so get out. Get out. I don't want to lay eyes on you again. Well, that didn't go very well, did it? Okay.
I feel stronger.
Oh, why is he fighting me? Okay, I'm leaving. Fuck. Well, I'm not gonna be going back in there anytime soon, I guess.
Done.
Alright.
I've never seen something so ugly.
Shut up, Anna. Fuck you. Okay, well, alright. I'm gonna call that good enough. Next time, I guess technically I should be heading to Ragpicker Square, right? Because it feels like that's where things that I'm gonna want are. I guess, yeah, I'll probably head in that direction first. Wherever that might be. And oh, really, guys? This is what we're doing? Oh my god. And this one.
Damn it.
Jesus Christ.
Did you see that?
Why the fuck is... Mort seems to crit, like, all the damn time. What's going on with that? Okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, to Ragpicker Square next time. I might not actually make it there, but I'm gonna try and go that way. So, yeah. I'll, see you then. Oh, I think I got a level up. Yeah. Oh, I don't actually want to do this, though. Shit. No, go back! No! I want to save the levels if I can pick a different class to level up in. Shit. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, you actually get more. Oh, you can level your decks over. Oh, that's interesting. Hang on. Fucking shit.
I feel stronger. All right.
These guys aren't fighting me this time? What caused them to attack me last time? I don't even know. Oh. What? This is so weird. Oh my god. Give me your 6 coppers. Okay, whatever. That's enough screwing around. I'll, see you next time.